You're listening to Both Sides of the Front Porch.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am still tired from the weekend, hunty.
What did you do?
Well, Valentine's Day, we really didn't do a whole lot. I went to this car dealership with Chris because he got him a new vehicle. So spent a while up there. It was like in bumfuck wherever. I mean, like it was way up 400, like go to 400 ends pretty much. Like it was way up there,
Oh my
Dahlonega
goodness.
or something like that. So
Dahlonega.
we spent a few hours up there getting his car, and then got back, and then went out to eat, and then
So what did he
s-
get?
he got a beautiful Jeep Wagoneer
Oh,
electric vehicle.
nice.
It is an electric
Yeah.
vehicle. It's got 600 horsepower. When I tell you that thing will fly, there was a Lotus, like a very expensive Lotus sports car in this dealership,
Mhm.
and the salesperson said that Chris's Wagoneer has more horsepower than that Lotus car had. The Lotus had 450 horsepower. Chris's car has
Wow.
600 horsepower. When I tell you that thing will fly, I said I could not have this vehicle because I would have a ticket every week.
Flying through the city of Atlanta. Here we
I know.
come.
It's so nice though. Like it has so many like bells and whistles and luxury. I mean, like leather seats, but the seats are heated. The seats are cooled. You have the cooling and the heating in the back seat. You have anything you can think of. That car has got it. It is so nice. So
I like it. I like
spent
it.
some time up there on Saturday, and then some of our friends wanted to go out Saturday night / Sunday morning. And so we have this bad habit, and I'll admit it now, of agreeing to go out. And then when it gets to that point, we're like, well, we don't think we're going to go. So I can
I'm
understand, like,
tired.
yeah, our friends are like, oh, yeah, we're just, we're not going to invite you anymore, whatever. So I had asked Scott and Chris, I'm like, before I, commit to going out, do y'all want to go? Because I don't want to say yes and then us end up not going. And Chris said yes. And Scott said no. He didn't want to go. He just didn't want to go. His legs were hurting. He didn't want to go like dance all night long or whatever.
Right.
So we decided not to go to the regular club that starts at 11 o'clock. We would just go to after hours, which starts at 3 a.m.
Right. Right.
So we get home, and after we get home from eating, then Chris says, well, I'm going to lay down and take a nap. And I'm like, Chris, if you lay down and
We
take a
know what
nap,
that means.
you are not going to get back up. No, I will. I will. I'm like, okay, well, if you don't get back up, then I'm going to go by myself because I'm not going to stand our friends up. So I laid down and took a little power nap myself, but I set my alarm for like 1:15, and
Mm-hmm.
then I set another alarm for 2 o'clock. So I got up at 2 o'clock. I tried to wake Chris up 4 or 5 times. He would not wake up. He was out. So I started getting ready, and I left here at 2:30 and got to the club at 3 o'clock, honey,
All by yourself.
all by myself, like
Oh,
solo.
how
Went to the club
much
all by
fun
myself.
was that?
I always feel so weird going out by myself
Mhm.
because I just feel awkward. I feel, out of place, going out by myself. I mean, our friends were
Yeah.
there, obviously, but I don't know. After hours, have you ever been to an after hours club?
I've never been to an after hours club.
Listen, I don't know how straight folk do after hours, but gay folk be turning the after hours out. After
Yes.
hours is like the underground, dark, dirty after hour. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm,
you got
mhm.
the DJ, you got all kind of things going on in the back, right?
The rooms.
The rooms, all that kind of stuff. But I would never do that without, Scott or
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
there or
Yeah.
whatever. So I was just dancing and, you know, having a
And
good
you
time
saw
with.
some of your friends and
Oh yeah.
stuff? Just
Yeah,
to
some of
see
our
you
really
weren't
good.
alone.
No, I wasn't alone. Some of our other friends were there, of course, or I wouldn't have been out by myself. But yeah,
Right.
it's exhausting. Literally, I left the club at 6 o'clock, got home about 6:30, and when you're after you like go to the club and after hours and stuff, you're just so like full of energy and high off the adrenaline from going out and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
hard for me to go to sleep. So it took me forever to go to sleep. So then I finally went to sleep. I don't even know what time it was. And then I had to get up at like 10 o'clock to take the puppies out because they were like waking me up. They never wake Chris up or anybody else. So waking me up at 10 o'clock. So I had to get up and let them out. And then I had to feed them. And then I laid back down. But I literally am still tired from, going out and getting
Yeah.
home at 6:30 Sunday morning.
When I go out with my friends, generally, I always come home. I'm not one of those that'd be like, "Oh, let me crash on your couch," or whatever. I like to come home. So if and my friends don't my close friends don't live near me. So when I go out, I have another hour and a half, 2 hours to drive home,
Mm,
like if we're in Macon or Athens or whatever. And, I always come straight home, straight to the shower. I just have to get all that
yeah.
smoky bar drink smell off of me. I go straight to bed and straight to sleep.
Listen, I wore shorts out, because you don't want to wear like hot pants or whatever. So, it was
Put your
like
hot
starting to,
pants
I know,
on.
no, like pants make you hot, girl. So I'm standing in line waiting to get in, and it had started like misting rain, and it was a little chilly, but not too bad. And when I tell you there was a car leaving the regular club, leaving, and
Mhm,
the way this club is set up, you have the building and like a very narrow driveway that goes beside the building for you to get out,
mhm.
which takes you up to Cheshire Bridge Road, and you get out. This car come up through the side where everybody's standing in line to get out to go home, then sideswiped a truck sitting there. Sideswiped that truck and kept on rolling, honey, did not even
Oh,
stop.
no.
I said that. Crazy. If somebody had
I'd
done
have
that
been
s
like,
no,
"They gonna call the police and I don't see nothing."
everybody was like, "Get his tag number, take a picture of it." Bitch, I can't take no damn picture right now. I don't even know what my damn phone looks like. I'm kidding.
I don't know where my phone's at.
I know. I should not have been driving. I should not have drove home. I'll admit to that. I should not have drove home, but I did. I wasn't too, you know, unstable, but I was unstable enough to where I probably shouldn't have.
What were
Probably
you
shouldn't.
driving?
I was driving my new car.
I knew it.
Yes, but listen. I'm driving home. You take 75 up to exit whatever this exit number is where the battery is at.
Mhm,
That
mhm.
exit. I'm driving, and at one point, I'm like, God dang, a tree fell on the fucking road. And honey, it was a damn shadow. I was like, "Ooh, here's your sign. You shouldn't be driving." But I mean, like, I was just like, "Oh my god!" And then, like, I was like, my radio was on some station, and it was playing like heavy metal, like really weird music. I'm like, "What the fuck am I listening to?" And then I got so like immersed into the listening to it. I'm just like, "Do
Mhm.
people really enjoy this crazy like
Oh,
weird sounds and?"
yeah.
Too much for me, honey. I said no, but I'm still recovering a little bit
Mhm.
today from going out, so you know how it is.
Speaking
So
of
what did you do for
music,
Valentine's weekend?
I'm not telling, it's a secret.
Oh my god.
No,
No,
I'm just kidding.
we don't have secrets on the front porch, honey.
I'm just kidding. So, I left Atlanta Friday, and I went out to my daughter's house because my future son-in-law, I call him my son-in-law now, but he's not my son-in-law yet. But my future son-in-law has not been feeling well. So I was like, well, I'll go out there, give my kids their Valentines, all the things. And I ended up staying. And then Sunday I came home and I'm trying to I had a foundation reach out to me and they're hosting a convention here in Atlanta and they need gift bags. So they're going to need 400 gift bags. That's a lot. That's a lot of product. And so I worked up a sample of what I could offer them. And so I got all that together and I was just a straight chill weekend. I didn't do a lot. I didn't like go out, party, and I'm single. Hi, I'm single.
She's single,
So
ready to mingle.
yeah.
Mm.
So I didn't have, I didn't have that dinner or whatever, but it was fun. I had a good weekend. I relaxed and got my work done, got my house cleaning done, all my laundry, ready for the week.
Cool. So I
So
need to
tell me
clean my
about this
house.
new car.
I know, I did. I got a new car, so I finally just got rid of Miss Jag, honey. I said, "You cannot give me any more trouble and stress me out. I have
I'm
enough
done with
gray hair
you.
as we speak, so I don't need any more from this car fucking up." So I got something that I don't even know why. I have this habit of, I used to trade cars. I was really bad at trading cars, girl. I would
Mhm.
keep a car for a year and trade it in on something. I had like a bad habit of car hopping, just skipping around different car to car. I've had in the 20 years we've lived in Atlanta, I have probably had 15 cars.
Wow.
But I looked around. I was looking at a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I looked at um a Genesis like G70 or something like that. I looked at multiple vehicles and finally I found a 2025. It was brand new. She had 22 miles on her. A Ford Bronco.
And it is beautiful.
Yeah, she
Beautiful. It's too big for me to get in. I tried. But that was before you got the running board, so
I know. Yeah, it's blacked out, black windows, black, wheels, black car, black interior.
yeah,
So I really like it. It's big. It's one
it's
of the
nice. It's
it's called
nice.
the Big Ben series.
Uh-huh.
So it's like the bigger one. And when I'm in it, I just feel like I'm like up above everybody else. I can look down on people's cars but I really like it. It's a nice vehicle.
Mhm.
Everybody's like, "You were driving a Ford Bronco?" But listen, honey, I'm going through my butch stage, okay? Call me butch. Call me butch. I like
I
it a lot,
was
though.
not expecting that.
Mhm.
Those are really super trendy because if when you're going somewhere, I forget where I was going the other day, and it was like every other vehicle was a Ford Bronco. I was like, "Oh my god," but they weren't as big as yours.
Listen, thank you. Listen listen,
Chris was saying, "Are you size queen?"
I know, I literally did not even test drive this vehicle. A lot of people are like, "You're crazy," but I went online, I found it at this place about an hour from Atlanta. I did everything remotely. I signed all my paperwork online. I did everything remotely. So
I love that.
I paid my down payment. Everything was done remotely. And then they even had somebody drive the car to me. They delivered it to me, brought it to my work. I got Scott to bring me to work that morning. They delivered it. I never stepped foot in the dealership, which absolutely was amazing because it stresses me out to go to the dealership and sit for hours and hours and
Right.
hours. I mean, it is just exhausting, and I don't have the patience to deal with it. I just cannot. It's just like, okay,
Mhm.
let's get this done.
Mhm.
Why are you waiting for so long? Come on, let's speed this
It's
up.
either yes or no, and
I
then I
want
can get
no,
the hell out of here.
no. It's once they've already said yes, you got to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, and just like, come
Yeah.
on. I mean, it's exhausting for me. So I'm so glad I went the route that I went because I negotiated with them over the phone back and forth. They sent me the numbers. I'm like, no, I'll do this. Can we do that? Let's take this back and forth. And I will negotiate at a car dealership. I'm not going to let you say, I'm not going to take the price that you give me first. And then I
Mhm.
want every rebate I can get. I won't take this off. I'm not paying for this. No, honey, I will negotiate. So I got a really good deal.
And when they brought it to you, I went out there with you to look at it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it was so clean." It was
Yeah.
just like if you had been there, and they detailed it and
Yeah.
everything. It
Everything.
looked good.
Yeah. Chris's car is electric. So I know that's the sign of the times. Everybody's going to get these electric cars.
Mhm.
So the only thing
Mhm.
is you have to worry about charging it, which, will help him install like a charging station at his house because Scott installed one here at our house for our roommate, Steven, who's got an electric vehicle as well. But you
Mhm.
just have to worry about charging it. But they have those charging stations everywhere. And Chris drives a lot. He drives an hour one way to work every day. So, you just have to spend 20 minutes charging it, at those charging stations until you get your own charger. But when he gets
Right.
his charging station installed, then he'll just charge it overnight and he'll be ready to go the next morning.
How far
But
can you drive?
300 miles on a fully charged, battery or whatever. So
Got
300
it.
miles is a lot, that's a
That's a
lot of
long
miles.
way.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. I don't know. It just freaks me out. I'm like, oh, should we turn the radio off? We don't need to be using all this power.
Conserve
I
power.
know. But I guess that's gonna be the sign of the times, but Miss Bronco is still gasoline, and I filled it up once since I've had it, and it cost me $56 to fill it up.
So you must have a 17-gallon tank?
I have no idea. All I know, it was $56 and she wasn't even empty.
I need Botox.
Me too. I can't even think
Ooh,
about it right now.
I just noticed that. I was like, "Oh, I need some
Yeah.
Botox." But do you know, I was looking to trade my car in and I was like, do I want to do that? Do I want to pay for it a little bit longer? Blah, blah, blah. So when I was doing all this research on different places in Atlanta, I came across this thing that's trending right now. It's called a car subscription.
Oh, is that like Flex car or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That is so appealing to me. You pay everything in one ticket. You don't ever own the car, but really, who cares about that? Because you trade so
It's
often
like leasing
anyway.
almost, you know?
Yeah, it's just like leasing a vehicle, but you pay everything in one payment.
What do you
Your
mean everything
insurance,
in
so you pay for the car, the insurance, and what is included with that payment is your maintenance. Like they'll call you and be like, "Okay, it's time for your oil change." You just go right up to their little place, get your oil changed, and you're back on the road.
Wow.
Tires rotating,
So you
all
don't
the
have to have the
things.
insurance in your name? They do it for you?
No, everything is right there. One
That's
payment.
that is interesting. So you can just
Yeah.
trade cars out every week if you wanted to?
Yeah, with Flex, if is that the name of it? Flex
I think there's
car
one called
subscription?
Flex, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Flex. Yeah, if you decide, I think this week I want to drive an SUV, you just call them and be like, "Hey, I'm going to bring this Lexus back, and I'm going to trade it in because I need an SUV for the next week." You bring it
Wow.
up there, they give you the SUV, and away you go.
Wow, that's really cool. I
Yeah, or
mean,
you can drive the same one that you have for a year, but they only allow their vehicles to get so many miles. So if you're really enjoying the car, that's where it could be bad. Like you're just like, "Oh my God, have fallen in love with this car." Well, you
yeah.
have to turn it in at the end of 12, at the end of so many
That wouldn't
miles.
bother me. I don't get that attached. Now, I will tell you, I
Me
really did like
either.
my Jaguar. I liked it a lot, and I
Mhm.
thought I was gonna keep it until the tires fell off, but when you start having car problems, you know,
Ooh,
it just stressed me out so bad, and
yeah,
I'm like, I cannot be this stressed, anymore about this
yeah.
car," and it was such a good car for 3 years, not a single issue at all, and then all of a sudden,
Mhm.
honey, she said, "No, ma'am,
No,
honey.
ma'am.
No,
Not no
no, ma'am."
more. I'm tired.
Yes. Did you watch Are you a sports person? Do you watch sports?
No.
You didn't watch the Super Bowl?
I did not watch the Super Bowl. Have not watched any of the Olympics. You know, the Olympics are
Yeah.
on right
I
now.
know, the Winter Olympics. I haven't either. I usually do try to watch some of the Olympics, but I didn't watch them. I have gotten into, football and basketball, and Chris
Mhm.
you is at fault for that, but
Mhm.
I love watching football. I don't know all the rules and stuff, but I did watch some of the Super Bowl. Of course, the controversy with the halftime show. I just didn't get everybody being all up in arms about Bad Bunny, doing the halftime show, and people were all upset because I guess, 99% of it was done he did it in Spanish, and people can understand it, and I'm just like, "So what?"
Yeah, what does it matter? It's the
No.
halftime show. I heard somebody talking about it. Where was I at? I can't remember where I was at. Maybe at a restaurant or something, talking to some people, and they were like, "Yeah, um, there wasn't the commercials weren't like they usually are, and all the things." And I was like, "I didn't watch it, so I
I
don't
don't
know."
I didn't find the commercials as funny as they used to be,
Mhm.
and, the one thing that really frustrated me about the whole halftime show is there was, like what is the name? That Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk's group or whatever?
Yeah.
They did, like, a competing halftime show, and because they called it the All-American Halftime Show because all the people they had performing on the show were Americans. So they did a competing halftime show with Kid Rock and some
Kid
other
Rock.
artist or whatever. Girl, he is washed up and needs to just retire. He looks a hot mess to
I don't
me.
know how. I haven't seen him. Now, I did go see him in Atlanta. I think I've shared this on some earlier podcasts. I went to see him at Lakewood, uh, in 2022.
He looks a hot mess. But so they did a competing show, and then they had pre-recorded it. The whole thing was pre-recorded, and they tried to make
Mhm.
it. They tried to promote it as it being live or whatever. Well, it was pre-recorded. They had like fumbles, like somebody in one of the clips of this woman singing. I don't even know what her name was. In like one clip, she had shoes on, and literally 2 seconds later, she didn't have any shoes on. But
Where her shoes went?
they said they pre-recorded it, and like it
Mhm.
sometimes took like 6 hours to record one person because they were doing all different clips of it or whatever. But I just feel like that's the America we live in now, which is so sad that you have to have another group that does a competing halftime show because they're mad that
Is
the
it like on a
artist
did they have it on a different network or something?
they did it on YouTube.
Oh, who's gonna stop watching the Super Bowl to click over to YouTube? Really?
But I mean,
That's
why?
kinda dumb.
I mean, and it's not like Bad Bunny was the first, non-American that, performed, and he's from Puerto Rico, which is, hello, y'all, part of the United States. It was just pitiful that the big scene that all those people made and the effort that they went into to create a different halftime show because they didn't like the fact that he was going to sing it in Spanish. So they created an all American halftime
I
show.
can't. I can't.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. All right. Let's stop watching the Super Bowl because somebody's gonna be singing in Spanish.
Listen, I don't know.
Whatever.
I know a couple dirty words in Spanish. That's all I know. But I found it entertaining. I mean, he had Lady Gaga on there performing with him, and he had Ricky
Mhm.
Martin on there performing, which
Living La Vida
he
Loca.
has had a facelift or something. I did not even recognize him. When I first
Yeah.
saw him, I'm like, who is that? And then I looked, I'm like, dang, that is Ricky Martin. I did not
Yeah.
even recognize him.
Do you remember what group he was in before he went solo?
No idea.
Menudo.
Oh, yeah. See, mm-mm.
I think it was Menudo.
Yeah, no, I
And I
didn't.
loved them back in that I think it was the mid to late '80s. Oh, I loved Menudo.
Ricky Martin's hot, but that facelift, they did a good job, but it just doesn't. You have to look at a picture. It doesn't really look like
Yeah,
him. Like
I'll
he
have to
looks
look
so
that
different.
up.
Oh my gosh, Tammy, what about what is her name? Nancy Guthrie? Is it Nancy Guthrie, the elderly lady that was kidnapped?
Oh, that is horrible, but I
She's
heard people
84 years
talk
old.
about it, but I have not
Oh my gosh. Like in the
read
middle
up
of the
on
night,
it.
somebody came in and abducted her, and she's 84 years old. She's Savannah Guthrie from like the Today Show. It's her mother. And
Um, one
I
of
mean,
our coworkers, Miss D, was talking about that.
it's horrible. I cannot stop thinking about that poor lady and how terrified she must be, and just to somebody to come in the middle of the night and to take her out of her home, and
Mhm.
they she had a doorbell camera, and the person took the doorbell camera,
Mhm.
and she didn't have, like, the subscription to where, you can the recordings stay on your subscription or whatever, but
Yeah.
the FBI or whatever worked with Google, and Google was able to retrieve a video of the person that came walked up to the house, and it's this man with a mask on, like a ski mask on. He's got a gun, like, right in the front of his belt, in the front of his pants. I mean, I hope that they find the person that did it, and they've, like, all these ransom notes trying to get them to pay millions of dollars in Bitcoin for, information about where she's at. I mean, it's just that's the most
That
bizarre,
is
and it
horrible.
is. I just feel so
That is
sorry,
so
and
sad.
I know, and I just worry about that lady. I don't know her, obviously, but just the
Mhm.
thought of that poor 84-year-old woman and how terrified she must be, it just breaks my heart. It's so sad.
Yeah. Um, when I was at 911, one of the I it was I'll never forget this. I came into work one I think it was I think it was a Saturday morning. I came to work and later on in my shifts, I took a 911 call and this lady was like, um, I'm over here at so and so's house. And she was an elderly lady that lived by herself. She said, and I think that things just don't look right. And I was like, oh, yeah, what do you mean? Blah, blah, blah. So we get to talking and, um, they, I send the police out and they get over there. They find a cigarette butt. She doesn't smoke.
Mm.
all these things, right? Well, the next thing you know, it's a full out investigation. They're trying to find her, like somebody has kidnapped her, blah, blah, blah. Um, Somehow they were tracking her phone. I believe that they were tracking her phone. And then when I left to go home, they still hadn't found her. Well, when I got to work the next morning at 7 o'clock, they were still looking for her. They're looking for, they have reports that she's been seen here, there, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, one of my friends that works for Georgia State Patrol gets behind the vehicle and it's on. They chased him. They finally wrecked it out. She was in the trunk of that car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Tore
Did
me
somebody
up.
abduct her?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
horrible. Well, with this lady, Nancy Guthrie, they finally found like a glove that the suspect was wearing, and they have DNA from that. I don't know. There's just been so many things going on with this.
It's
Like the
terrible.
person that people have written 4 ransom notes to TMZ. Like it's just crazy.
Uh, So they're saying that they have her and that she's still alive?
The first ransom note said they needed $6 million in Bitcoin by Monday, like 2 weeks ago. Or either basically she wasn't going to remain alive or
They were
whatever.
gonna
But
kill her.
they would never send proof of life, that she was even
Mhm.
alive. So you don't know if these people are legit, if they're just saying something to try to get money. You don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just been such a horrible thing to have to watch every single day. I'm just like, okay, hopefully today they'll catch her, catch the
I
person. And
I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. Like I don't every time I'm in my car, I got my true crime podcast on and I'm always listening to the ones like that.
yeah, yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. So
Mhm.
hopefully they'll catch her soon. So
Yeah.
sad.
It's so sad. And did you see where back to the music part of things, did you see where the lead singer of Three Doors Down passed away? He
Mm-mm.
passed away. I was a huge Three Doors Down fan, like, in the '90s,
How
early
old was he?
2000s. He was younger than me, older than you. Um, I have you ever heard the song Kryptonite?
Maybe
Yeah, he
if
wrote
I
that when
heard
he
it.
was 15 years old. He's from
Wow.
Mississippi. Yeah, really cool story, you should read it.
Life is
Um,
so short. Like it's just crazy at like all the
yeah,
people that have passed so recently and that are so young. I'm just like, gosh, it's I know it's like so cliche or whatever, but life is so short and literally every day we automatically think and expect that tomorrow is going to be there, and we
yeah.
take it for granted because it may not, it absolutely may not be.
The actor, he just passed away from Dawson's Creek,
I
that
know.
guy.
Was he sick?
Oh, he looked terrible. He had some kind of cancer,
Mm,
and he looked terrible. Oh, it was so sad. And, the lead singer from, uh, Three Doors Down had cancer too.
mm,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
horrible.
it's just horrible. Cancer is rough. I mean, geez.
You would think by now that there would be some kind of medication
Oh,
or
I
some
think there is,
cure.
and I think they're sitting on it.
Oh, 100%, just like HIV. There is definitely
Yep.
a cure for HIV. They're just sitting on it because these drug and pharmaceutical companies would lose billions of dollars every single
Oh,
year if they came up with a cure for that.
100%. I agree. I agree with
That's
that.
horrible. Our government should be
Yeah.
ashamed of themselves for doing that.
Yeah.
That's bad. Well, let's go ahead and read our anonymous confessions. We are still getting them coming in to the to the email left and right. So we
Yeah.
are thankful for that.
Do you wanna go first or do you want me to? Mine's heavy.
Oh, well, I'll go
Mm,
first then.
yeah, mine's or is yours is have you read through yours? Is yours funny and
Mhm.
oh my god.
Yeah, well, it's not funny, but it's kind of spicy. So,
Mine's heavy. So I wonder I feel so bad for her. Like, it hurt my heart to read her confession because I could see so much of myself in this,
ah,
you know? And it's not really a confession like, "Oh, I did this. Oh, I
mm.
was a sneaky link," or anything like that. No, it was where someone hurt her really bad in
All
a
right,
relationship.
all right, y'all. That's a teaser, so it's coming up. I'm gonna read mine because I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't. Well, I don't know. Do you want to read yours, or we end with mine, or in?
Yeah, 'cause I don't really wanna end our podcast on something so sad.
We'll go.
It's terrible that
Lord,
I mean,
let me
when
get comfortable, honey.
Yeah, because when you're in a situation of betrayal and, and
We
when she and I were talking back and forth and I was like, "I promise I won't say your name or anything like that." And she's like, "Okay." Um, but it's someone that I had met here in Atlanta about I would say like 5 years ago. I don't know what's going on over here by my house. Do you hear all these sirens? Are they at
mm-mm,
your house too? Oh my goodness. Um,
I don't hear them.
my goodness.
All right, go.
All right. Wait, wait, wait. Where did it go? This is about betrayal and how you heal from
Mm-hmm.
betrayal. I
Mm-hmm.
never thought I would be the person who got betrayed like that. I used to say if someone ever did that to me, I'd leave and never look back. But when it actually happened, I froze. The first part of my healing was denial. I reread messages looking for a different meaning. I convinced myself I was overreacting. I told myself love meant giving people grace. Then came the truth. And the truth didn't just break my heart, it shattered my confidence. I questioned everything. Was I not enough? Was I too much? How long had I been blind? I lost sleep. I lost weight. I lost the version of myself who felt the most secure. Been there, honey. The middle part was the hardest, not the discovery, not even the confrontation. It was the silence afterwards. The mornings where I had to get up and function while I felt hollow. The nights were where my mind replayed every memory like evidence in a trial. The humiliation of knowing someone chose to hurt me like that. For a while, I thought healing meant pretending it didn't hurt, but healing actually started the day I stopped protecting the person who hurt me. I started protecting myself. I went no contact. I stopped asking why. I stopped trying to compete with the betrayal. And slowly, painfully, I started choosing me.
But don't you think that is the most difficult thing to do is to try and recover from something like that and walk away? I mean, walking away is sometimes or at least you feel like it's impossible to do.
hmm Sometimes you feel like that. And that's what I was telling her. I was like, sometimes when you're like, okay, I've gone as far as I can go with you. And this is not just a betrayal of um I don't want to go too far into it. It's not just a betrayal of the lies, the cheating, the other women, the sneaking out of the house and doing all the things and you're not knowing where they are. You know something's wrong, but oh gosh, I'm going all into that. You know something's wrong, but you don't know how to stop it. It's sometimes the best thing you can do is go no contact. And I was in a situation where when went no contact, it was not by choice. He was gone away, and so therefore I was not able to have any contact, and that's hard because you sit in your mind and you just replay all these things that go on, and that's what I was telling her. I was like, when you feel yourself getting in that place where your mind is just going crazy, like where is he at? What is he doing? Is he doing dope? Is he doing this? What is he doing? Blah blah blah. You have to stop that. You have to physically make yourself stop.
Listen, I've been there and done that, without getting, too involved in that
Mhm.
personal journey that I went through, and it's hard. It is hard to
Mhm.
try and when you know somebody has done the absolute worst to you, they have screwed around, they've, done all the things
Mhm.
behind your back, and you find out about it and you feel so betrayed and so hurt and so let down, it's still you love somebody so much. For me, it's just like I was having panic attacks trying to not talk to this person. Literally, I
Yeah.
would say, "Okay, I'm not gonna talk to you," or whatever, and then, like, when I would start thinking about, "Oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to talk to this person every day, this, that, and the" literally, I was having panic attacks, not
Yeah.
able to sleep at night, always wondering, "Where are they at? Are they really
Mhm.
doing what they were telling me they're doing? I wonder who they've contacted now. what are they doing behind my
Yeah.
back? I mean, the constant
You will go
worrying.
crazy,
Yeah.
literally. You can drive yourself literally crazy. It is one of the worst situations that you could ever be in, and I hope that nobody, if any of my friends out there, if you're in a situation, call me day or night, and I'll help you through it because it was some of the darkest days of my life,
Oh, I know.
literally, because you love somebody so much, and they are just
And you
out
will
there
put up
running the
with
streets.
all kind of BS from them.
Yes.
Literally, like, why?
Mhm,
Like, why am I letting somebody treat me like this? Why am I
mhm.
letting this person get away with all this stuff? And then try and convince me that the things that I've seen or heard or know aren't true.
Right, and this is the one that kills me. I put it on my life. I put it on my mama's life. I put it on my kids' life. What? You don't care
Oh,
about nothing but yourself, so I don't believe that.
were you finished with her or you got some more to go?
Um, eh, this is a part that really touched me because I felt this. She said that slowly, and it was so painfully slow that she started choosing herself over everything. She went to therapy. She reconnected with friends. She poured into hobbies. She forgave herself. This is big. She forgave herself for ignoring the red flags. Now, she doesn't hate them. She doesn't wish them harm, but she also would never take him back. The ending of that relationship was the beginning of her self respect. That's big facts right there. The betrayal broke her heart, but in her healing, she regained her standards. Whoa, I dropped my phone. In her healing, she regained her standards. Um, when you get to a point where somebody is stealing your peace, the most power that you could ever have is to take back your peace by going no contact.
But listen, I am a Scorpio, right? I love hard, honey. I love
You
hard.
love to love.
And I can tell you just from personal experiences, and it's been a long journey. This hadn't been just for a time or two, it's been long.
Mhm.
As strong of a person as I am, I'm strong opinionated, strong will, all the things strong, I'm so weak. I'm so weak.
Stubborn,
I'm
stubborn.
so weak when it comes to, this kind of stuff because when something is, I don't know, it's just, it's hard to walk away. It's just hard to walk away because you
Yeah.
know why? You always think, but maybe, but what if? But
Mhm.
what if they change? But what if they stop? But what if this time, is going to be the last, I don't
Right.
know. I
And
don't
one
know.
thing too that you learn from a situation like that, and I learned through a lot of counseling, going through things myself, what they choose to do, if they choose to go out here and they steal, rob, lie, cheat on you, whatever they're doing in their life, that's not a reflection of you and who you are. That is a reflection of them. What they choose to do does not have anything to do with you. It
Yeah.
has to do with them. And
Well, and
that's hard to put together in your head.
yeah, it's like you try so hard to get somebody to realize what they're doing and to,
Mhm. Mhm.
make the changes that you want them to make. And no matter what you say or the threats you make to them or the ultimatums you give them, they're not going to change until they're ready. They're truly not going to change until they're ready. And
Right.
sometimes, who knows, it's going to be too late. You're gone. You've moved on.
Mhm. I used to tell this person that was in my life, I'd be like, "You need to straighten the fuck up or I'm out." And what
And they
happened,
didn't.
he would go do the same thing and I would let it happen, so guess what? He was still
You were
there.
enabling him.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
And how long did you do that for?
Probably 5 years.
I often wonder, when, like, at what point is enough enough? I've already felt
Mhm.
like, okay, I've taken all I can take or whatever, but then
Mhm.
something else happens and you take more. So it's just like, what's going to be that one trigger that just makes you say, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. As much as I love you, as much as I care about you,
Mhm.
I'm done and I'm out.
The one thing for me personally, and everybody's different, everybody has their own breaking point, everybody has that, "Oh, you know what, you did A, so guess what? I'm done. I'm done. My one thing that I will not ever live with, ever tolerate is a lie.
Hmm.
If I find out you've lied, then guess what? I'm going no contact. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't care what happens to you. You are no longer a part of my life. I'm done with that.
It's the
Period.
lies. It is the
It's the lies.
lies for me. If
Nothing hurts a person more than a lie.
And when you can't trust your partner or somebody you're in a relationship with, when you can't trust them, it's just like everything else is just irrelevant.
Yeah, because they could say, I'm gonna go run down here to the corner store and pick me up a a cold drink. Are you really going to the
But
corner
really,
store to get a Coca-Cola? Are
what
you
are you
going
gonna do in between here and there? You're gonna stop by and
right,
meet somebody? Are you gonna I
right.
mean, you can't trust anything they say unless you're right there with them to watch what they're doing. You can't trust anything that they say. Now,
No,
can somebody change and become a different person? I truly believe that. You know the saying, "Once a cheater, always a cheater."
I
I
believe
don't
that.
You do believe that?
Absolutely.
You don't think somebody can change and stop cheating and stop
Not on their
being
own. That's like saying someone can stop using drugs on their own. You've got to have some type of help, whether it is self-help books or whether that's rehabilitation, a rehab center, AANA, SARA, PA, whatever A you're in,
all the
CA,
alphabet?
all of them. You have to have some type of help, whether it is, like I said, whatever end of the spectrum you're on, you have to get help. That's like saying a narcissist can just wake up one day and not be a narcissist. No, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Um, I believe that you can learn how to live with narcissism and be a good person and not hurt people, but that takes a lot of therapy.
Yeah. I don't understand people that lie. Why do you wanna lie and try to cover up all the bad things that you're doing when, you could be honest and, we could go our
Yeah.
separate ways and you would have all the freedom that you wanted to have and not
Mhm.
have to worry about sneaking and hiding, all the hoops and hurdles you have to jump through to go and do the shit you're doing. You can do it without having to worry about anybody because if you're honest and telling somebody what you're doing, then,
Mhm.
then it changes the dynamics of the relationship. So it's just, I guess, because they want their cake and eat it too. I don't know.
Yeah. And if you lie to me, I will look at you like you're a different person. Like you won't even that I won't, there's nothing about you that I'll like.
It's hard. It's hard. It really is.
Mhm.
I'll just leave it at that. Bless her heart.
Mhm.
Well, I hope she finds peace.
You know what? She has found peace. And like I said, I met her in Marietta, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. Marietta, Kennesaw, up that area, up that side. But I met her in a situation where I was in some pretty heavy therapy and she was there and we got to talk and she reached out. She said, I'm gonna share my story. I'm like, well, I won't tell your name. She's like, okay. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I'll read mine now. I don't
Yes.
know who this is. This is not somebody that I know. They just happened
Not so
to
heavy. That one made me hot.
they
Took
just
me
so
down
happened to
memory
send us an
lane.
email. So we don't know them. This is truly anonymous. It
Mhm.
says, I've been with my partner for 6 years. We're happy, stable, and honestly a little predictable. A few months ago, I started working with someone new. They're confident, smooth, the kind of person who looks at you a second too long. The little bedroom eyes.
Give me a little wank wank.
Okay, just looking at you like they're looking all the way through you, honey. Um, the kind of person who looks at you a second too long. At first, it was harmless, long eye contact, playful teasing, accidental touches when passing in the hallway.
Is it really an accident?
No, it's not an accident. It's intentional. You know that shit.
Mhm.
Then one night after a work event, we stayed behind to clean up. We didn't cross any physical lines, but we stood way too close. The tension was unreal. If one of us had leaned in even an inch, everything would have changed. I went home to my partner feeling guilty, but also more turned on than I have felt in years. Nothing has happened, but now I find myself dressing better for work, checking my phone more often, wondering what it would feel like to just give in one time. Am I a terrible person for enjoying the attention even if I never act on it?
No.
Girl, she said no. Oh,
Not
that's a
at
hard one for
all.
me. That's a hard one for me. I think that you're playing with fire. You are playing with fire, and you play with fire, you are eventually gonna get burnt. Burnt.
I think that if it is a harmless flirtation and you know that this is just a flirtation, this isn't going anywhere,
But Tammy, is there
you'll be
truly
fine.
anything as harmless flirtation? Truly, honestly,
Do you
if
have self-control? I have self-control. I can flirt with you all day, but that don't mean we're gonna go lay
but I
down.
think you're given a
Take
wrong
that
impression.
Sunday afternoon nap, you know what that is.
But I think you're giving the person the wrong impression. If you're flirting with them and googly eyes and touching and this
Mhm.
and this and that, you're giving that person the impression that, hey, this is okay. And we might be able to do more. I mean, I think you're giving the person the wrong impression. If you're in a really committed relationship with somebody, this
Whoop.
person, if you're watching or listening to us, I think you need to stop it because it's going to eventually cross a line that you don't wanna cross, or maybe you do wanna cross it, I don't know, but be
Yeah.
prepared for that because that's what's gonna happen. You can't keep this playfulness and this before the person's gonna wanna take the next step, and they're gonna say, "Oh, well, they didn't mind this, so let me try this now." I just think
Mhm.
you are playing with fire.
Yeah. And if when you start that and that other door opens, you have to make a quick decision. That's not something that you can just be like, "Oh, just kidding. I didn't really want to do that."
Well, they said that they have been enjoying the attention, they've gotten more turned on than ever, and they're dressing nicer for work, so they're making efforts to, I think that's crossing the line. When you're dressing nicer for somebody, you're trying to impress that person, you're trying to get attention, in my opinion, so I think this person literally is crossing the line. I think you need to stop it.
Yeah. Look how long my hair is.
I know, it is so long.
But
It's
guess
grown
what?
it's
I'm
grown
fixing
so much.
that's that Nutrafol, honey, and I'm fixing to cut it and send it to Locks for Love.
How short are you gonna cut it?
I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be a surprise on the podcast.
Okay, when are you gonna do this?
I'm thinking end of April, right before summer. What is
Girl,
going on with me in this thing today? Yeah. So imagine
that's
how long it's going to be by then.
yeah. Girl, I think you should get it cut short, honey. Short and sassy.
Oh, it's going to be super short and sassy. Y'all are going to be like, "Oh, did she
Mhm.
do that?" I'm like, "Yes, I did." But I do want to lose a little bit of weight because I think that my face is too heavy for the short hair like I want.
Yeah, are you doing
We're gonna
anything to
see.
help you lose weight? Like, other
I
than
am.
watching your food habits and stuff?
I am. I am.
I told you we need to start walking the
No
Silver Comet Trail.
shots.
Oh, no shots.
No
Why
shots.
are you against that?
Well, I went to the doctor and she said, "No, ma'am." And I was like, "But why?" And she said, "Because you your blood pressure is great, your blood sugar is great, everything is good, Tammy. You just need to control your eating."
But the shot helps you. That's what the shot's for.
Yeah, but she told
It
me
helps you
no.
control your
'Cause I
eating.
wanted to do
Girl, go
Zepbound.
to a different doctor. Go to a different one.
Yeah,
They'll give you the shot. That's what the shot is for, is to help people that can't control their eating, control it.
but I am controlling my eating and I'm down several pounds. I'm not going to tell my big number yet.
Well, good for you. It's
Yeah.
hard. Listen, I overall am in pretty good,
Mhm.
body shape or whatever, or
Mhm.
at least it looks like I am.
Yeah.
But, underneath I'm not, but it's so hard for me to control my eating. I'm such a bad eater. I eat fried foods. I eat
Mhm.
candy, sweet, sugar. I mean, I'm the worst eater, and I've noticed like my body is showing it worse than it ever has.
Well,
Like
you're almost 50.
I know this is my last year in my 40s. I'm stressing about that, but it's hard to control your eating. And I did this shot for just a month. I just wanted to kind of,
Yeah.
because my stomach, I was noticing a little more kind of pudgy going on in my stomach. So I can tell you taking it just made me lose my appetite. I would eat, but I would only eat just little bits. And I didn't like I'm like, I'm just not hungry, you know?
Mhm.
So for people that can't control their eating habits and stuff,
Mhm.
I think this
Mhm.
shot is such a good, useful tool, for people. But I do know some people that it's gotten out of control with, and they look sickly. They've lost so much weight from that shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts to look really bad.
Yeah.
But, I will say that I log everything I eat, calories, protein, carbs, fiber. I log everything I eat. I'm very aware of what I'm eating. And what else have I been doing? Lots of protein. I love, I've been doing the protein shakes. My coffee in the afternoons I make with protein instead of, you know,
Yeah.
milk or whatever. So, but yes, we do need to walk the Silver Comet Trail
I know.
starting on Sundays.
I'm literally getting ready to shut this podcast down, and I'm gonna put on my gym clothes, and I'm gonna go to the gym and at least do, what do you call it?
Cardio.
Cardio.
You're
I don't
so
even know the
dumb.
name of it, girl.
I'm going to
Cardio.
the gym. Well, what are you going to do? I don't know.
It's so hard for me
Cardio.
to stay focused when I go to the gym because I just get so freaking bored. I'm just like, "Oh my
I
god."
hate it. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh, it'll increase." Is it your endorphins or your dopamine, whatever? Mm-mm. It just makes
Nuh-uh.
my fat genes even more angry.
Girl,
It's
I
like,
get hungry after I go to the gym. I'm like, "Damn, I'm hungry. I done worked up a fucking appetite. I need some food."
I just went to the gym, so I'm gonna stop by Taco Bell.
Okay. So I deserve it. I worked it off.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I've even been meal prepping on Sundays, like,
That's
and
good.
that is what I eat. Yeah.
Listen, I try to say I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'm gonna try because the gay community, we are vicious
Fierce.
when it comes to people's bodies and judging. When you go out to a club and everybody at the club, at the gay clubs, they have their
Like
shirts
this.
off, no shirts on, honey, and you be looking at somebody like, but they will give you the side eye
Just
in a
put on
heartbeat.
some weight.
Yeah, so I got to make sure that if I want to keep being part of the gay community and the
Mm.
it crowd, I got to make sure that I am, looking the part.
Yes, yes. You're
Isn't
in
that sad though?
It really is because our self-worth comes from within, not what the world says or thinks.
But that's not true. We all crave the acceptance of other people, and we want good, people to accept us and to be part of the group, and we care what other people think, which we shouldn't, but everybody does. Everybody cares what other people think about them, what other
But at the
people.
end of the day, your self-worth does not come from them, it comes from yourself. That's why it's called self-worth.
I know, but your self-worth is affected by what other people think about you.
That
It
would be
affects
more
I think it affects your self-worth. It affects how you feel about yourself
your
when other people.
confidence.
Yes, I think so.
Honey, let me tell you something. I get out of my car at 130 pounds or 230 pounds, and I still am gonna own it. You hear me? Like, "Hey, I'm a
I
woman."
I literally at 49 years old, I feel like I look the best as far as, being,
Mhm.
in better shape and stuff than I've ever looked in my whole life. I when Scott and I moved to Atlanta 20 years ago, I was this thin. Girl, if I stood sideways, you couldn't see me.
Just
I mean
like a twig
I
blowing
mean,
in the
honey,
wind.
they call me a twink. I was a little twink, honey, a little twink, tiny, skinny.
Mm.
But honey, no, not anymore. She put on some pounds.
Where we work will cause some serious weight gain if you're not careful.
Yeah. Because the drug reps bring the food in every day.
Oh my gosh. And they don't just bring you like a salad. They
Gr
bring
I
the whole things.
The entire meal, like
Yeah.
Carrabba's, like, everything. You have 4 options of meat or whatever.
Yeah, all
So
the
we do
pasta.
yeah, they do feed us well there, but, again, it goes back to self-control. It all might be there, but you don't have
Self-control.
to eat it all.
You're right. You're right. And I have been doing really, really good
And it's
because
just like that candy bowl that sits in the office behind mine. It might be there, but you have to get up and go get a piece.
who stopped me? Who was my strength in my moment of weakness? Yay!
Mm.
No, ma'am, you get your little tail back in the call center and start answering the phones. You stay away from that effing candy. And I was
That's
like,
what I said pretty much.
I
stuff.
just was gonna get one piece, but you know what? I'm glad you stopped me because that one piece would have turned into 2
Yep. It's
within the
just like,
next day.
yeah, it's just like Scott when he stopped smoking, and then, he stopped. I don't know how many times since we've been together, and finally, I think his last cigarette was. I think he's been stopped smoking now for 3 or 4 years, but, he would be, "Oh, well, we're at the club. I'm just gonna have one puff." No,
I
that
can't
one
do
puff's gonna turn
that.
into the whole damn cigarette. Next thing you know,
Yep,
that whole cigarette's gonna turn to a whole pack. You have
yep.
one, you're gonna have a whole pack.
Just like I can walk away from a relationship. I learned how to do that through some serious therapy. I walked away from cigarettes the same way. I used
Oh,
to be a
you
cigarette.
smoked?
I did. Can you see that? Would
I
that just look
can.
silly?
No, I can
Eh,
see you as a smoker, girl. Should be Virginia Slims, 120s.
I'll be talking it with it in my mouth, and the ash be that long. But on January the 6th of 2021, I said, you know what? I'm not smoking again, and I never smoked another cigarette.
Scott stopped smoking. God, Scott stopped smoking when we were in Puerto Vallarta, for I think it was, New Year's in 2020. So I think it's been 6 years now, but he started smoking the damn vape, which whatever, it is what it is. I still don't feel like it's healthy for him, but
Yeah.
it's better than cigarettes, I hope,
Mhm.
at the end of the day.
But you mean to tell you what's worse than cigarettes?
What?
This fat. I'm
It
telling you
is,
right
yeah.
now, I was a cigarette smoker. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm drinking my whiskey and smoking my cigarettes, but I never felt winded. All this weight that I've put on over the past 3 year, 2.5, 3 years
Yeah.
had me winded. I was like, oh no,
Well,
Teddy's
I
got to do
mean,
something about this.
yeah, that and then the heart, it causes heart, the cholesterol, all the things that, that it
Yeah.
causes, so but you
And
got
it
this, girl,
has
you got it.
Yeah, I haven't got there yet. Like I said, my doctor was like, "You're perfectly healthy." They did an EKG,
But your
everything.
doctor needs to understand what the shot does. You might be perfectly healthy, but it has nothing to do with your health. It has to do with the issue of controlling those cravings, and that's what the shot does. So it
But
has
all the
nothing to do
shot
with you
is
being
gonna
healthy.
do is if you don't learn how to control your eating and learn how to control yourself, as soon as you quit taking the shot, what you gonna do? You're gonna start picking up the fork again.
No, the shot starts the process. It assists in that journey. So it's going to get you started because there's so many people that have problems even starting. You give in so quickly. So the
Yeah.
shot helps you control the craving so that you don't give in as quickly. And then along the way, you learn on your own how to maintain it, how to, I guess, how to, manage the cravings. But the
But
shot just really helps you start the process and I guess get there.
yeah, but all that's I just think it's better if you do it diet, exercise, and do it right. I think your
Not me,
skin
honey. I
looks
wanna do it.
better.
I'm impatient. Give me quick, fast, in a hurry. Help me get it done.
Mhm.
I told you I took it for, it was either 4 or 5 weeks, and I could see a difference. I
Yeah.
can hook you up. My friend, we can hook you up $150 a month.
Oh, Edward, I think let's try it my way
I know
first.
you got this, Tammy. I'm proud of you. You've already
Yes.
done a great job. You're making
Yeah.
success. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not encouraging you to do a shot if you don't want to.
Yeah. I even like try to eat a very small lunch and then I power walk all the way out to the parking garage, up, back down, and then power walk back instead of just going in there and sitting down
Yeah.
after I eat 10 pounds of pasta.
Go, Tammy, go. Go, Tammy, go. You got this.
I got this. I'm gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be great.
All right, y'all. That was another episode of Both Sides of the
Yes.
Front Porch. We will see y'all
So good to
again.
see you.
I know. We'll see y'all again soon. And don't forget,
Yep.
you can always find us on your favorite platform and also at frontporchbs.com.
Yes. Like, share, please.
Bye.
Bye.